I wanted to talk a little bit about karma because I saw a post recently that I said, don't get in the way of someone else's karma. And then something happened twice recently. And I was like, oh my goodness. And so, me personally, when I have always thought of karma, I've thought about it in a way where, ooh, they are bad, they're gonna get their karma, right? Or, ooh, I did something bad, I'm gonna get my karma. And just looking a little bit, and then my thoughts was after reading that comment, don't get in the way of someone's bad karma. I was like, well, in healthcare, the healthcare workers take care of the good, the bad, and the ugly, and they do it with care and compassion. So, does that mean they're getting in the way of a bad person karma? So, but they have a job to do, and they do their job with loving care, compassion, and the best that they know how, and they don't let that sway them anyway, for the most part. And so I got a little curious, and I started digging a little deeper, and realized there's good karma and there's bad karma. And so they was mentioning there's three types of karma. If you as it relates to Hindu, in Hinduism, they have three different types, and then they start to explain about the good, the bad, the good and the bad. And so when you have good intentions and the deeds you perform result in an addition of good karma, and while the bad ones add to the bad karma, noticing that karma doesn't necessarily have to be negative, right? So, to go a little further, when we think of karma, wherever it comes from, and those that are deep into knowing uh, more about it, I just wanted to bring up from what I looked up. Here's a few ways to get rid of your bad karma. Number one, identify your karma. Like, get to know the root of any karma in your life. Like, who are you surrounding yourself with? Is your life stagnant? It's not moving. And get quiet and figure out why, right? Identify it. Sever ties, cut off all ties to toxic people. This is where boundaries come in. You start to set boundaries, and you can do it by being polite and respectful. But when something doesn't feel right, it feels a little off. That's when it's time to start thinking about boundaries. And you're not being selfish, and you're not being going to be mean about it, but it's time to, you know, figure out setting boundaries because things are not good for you and your inner self. Learn from your mistakes. I've had to do this myself and take responsibility for any mistakes that I've made in my life, and figure out things that I have done. How can I do them differently, right? And admit my own mistakes. Number four, perform actions that nourish your spirit and invoke well-being on every level. For example, think about when you was a child or when you were younger and you were so happy, and what did you do to, why were you so happy, and the things that you did to make you extremely happy. Try to get quiet and remember those things and get back to that happy, that person that you used to be that made you feel so alive. Number 5, defy your weaknesses. Um, whereas we may say some things that we do, we don't do it as strong as other things that we do. We have weaknesses and we have strengths. But do keep in mind that some of your weaknesses can become your strengths. So get quiet again, focus. Number 6, take a new action. Get out of routine ways of doing things. Say, for example, you sit on the right side of the bed and you put your shoes on that side of the bed every single day. Try to do something different. Go to another side, go to another chair, just do something different. You drive one way to work, drive another way, just to get the brain going on another side, right? The same with, they'll say, if you're right-handed and you brush your teeth with your right hand, to activate the other side of the brain, try brushing your teeth with your left hand. Number 7 is a biggie because it's called forgive everyone. We say we forgive everyone sometime, but sometimes we harbor these feelings inside of us, and it's not healthy for us, right? This can be the reason why we have a hard time escaping negativity. To forgive means to detach from the anger, the bitterness, the frustration that we have deep within our soul. So as soon as we identify the sources of these unsettled karma and take action, this is when we can become the greatest versions of ourselves. Karma. Good, bad karma.